Welcome, fellow survivor of the storm. Ever feel like people are playing you? Like you're stuck in cycles you can't break? You work hard, but nothing changes. You trust people, and they let you down. Here's the truth. Most of us are sleepwalking through life, blind to the games being played, blind to our own patterns. Today, 8 ruthless lessons that will sharpen your mind, make you impossible to manipulate, help you see through illusion, and lesson 8 will change how you see every relationship in your life. Let's begin. What is dangerous intelligence? Ordinary intelligence solves problems. Dangerous intelligence sees them before they strike. It's not about having the highest IQ or knowing the most facts. It's about reading the room, understanding what's really happening beneath the surface. Most people call this emotional intelligence. The ability to sense tension before it explodes, to feel the shift in energy when someone's lying, to know when to speak and when silence is power. But it goes deeper than that. It's not about controlling others. It's about seeing through yourself first, because you can't read someone else's game if you don't understand your own. You can't spot manipulation if you're blind to your own biases. You can't help others if you're drowning in your own chaos. The Stoics called it training the mind, to see truth even when it hurts, to think clearly even when emotions scream, to act justly even when the world turns chaotic. This is the intelligence that changes everything, not what you know, but what you see, what you sense, and how you respond when everything falls apart. Lesson 1. Emotions drive, logic rides shotgun. Most choices don't begin with reason, they start with emotion, then get dressed in logic after. I once coached a man in Austin who bought an expensive gym program. He swore it was for the science, the trainers, the data, but beneath it, he'd just gone through a divorce. What he really bought wasn't a workout plan, it was belonging. Logic was camouflage for loneliness. You'll see this everywhere. Online fights rarely turn on facts, they turn on ego. At work, people resist change, not because it's wrong, but because they fear being replaced. The Stoics warned us, people rarely argue about what they name. They fight to protect pride, safety, identity. When emotion rises, pause. Ask yourself, what am I truly feeling? Anger, fear, or the hunger to be seen? Then ask, what quick choice will I regret tomorrow? When others erupt, don't attack their reasoning. Acknowledge the emotion first. Say, I understand why this matters to you. Calm the fire. Then bring reason forward. That is dangerous intelligence, the power to read emotion beneath yours and theirs, and to stop the fire before it spreads. Lesson 2. Everyone acts in their own interest. This isn't cynicism, it's clarity. Once you see it, disappointment fades. We love the idea of pure kindness, that someone gives without reason. But beneath every act lies self-interest, sometimes noble, sometimes selfish, but always there. I once knew a woman who seemed endlessly generous, always helping, always smiling. People called her selfless. Later I learned she was running for city council. Her kindness was real, but so was her ambition. When I saw that, I stopped feeling fooled. She simply aligned her goals with helping others. That's wisdom, not deceit. Self-interest isn't evil, it's human. Even Marcus Aurelius admitted that serving Rome also served his own sense of duty. Seneca said, expecting people to act against their nature is like fighting gravity. So stop asking why they're selfish. Ask, what do they want? Find the overlap, build alignment. Work with reality, not fantasy. That's dangerous intelligence, seeing motives clearly, not judging them, and moving with awareness instead of illusion. Lesson 3. Most people can't handle the truth about themselves. This one cuts deep. The harshest mirror isn't the one we hold up to others. It's the one we avoid ourselves. Most people build excuses and stories to protect the fragile image they've created. That's why they stay stuck in the same cycles for years. I had a friend who complained about being overlooked at work. He blamed politics, luck, unfair bosses. But he was late, missed deadlines, fought with his team. When I told him, he snapped, "You don't understand." His mind wasn't seeking truth, it was seeking comfort. The Stoics called this self-deception, the most dangerous slavery. If you can't see your part in the problem, you'll never have the power to fix it. Marcus Aurelius examined himself daily, confronting ego and motives, because truth, however painful, is the only ground strong enough to stand on. Ask yourself, what truth am I avoiding? What feedback do I reject too quickly? Where am I lying to myself because it stings? These questions hurt, but they free you. The dangerous mind doesn't seek agreement, it seeks correction. The voice that says, "You're wrong here, fix it." That is strength. When you face your flaws without flinching, you become unshakable, while others stay trapped in lies. Lesson 4. Your success will make some people hate you. Strange, isn't it? You work hard, rise higher, and instead of applause, you meet resentment. Why? Because your success is a mirror. It reflects what others could be but chose not to become, and not everyone can face that reflection. I watched a friend build a business from nothing. When he struggled, everyone supported him. When he succeeded, the jokes started. He's changed. He got lucky. The truth is, he hadn't changed. Their envy had. His success exposed their excuses. Marcus Aurelius faced the same as emperor, surrounded by jealousy and betrayal. He reminded himself, happiness requires little, and it's all in how you think. Their bitterness is their burden, not yours. When envy comes, don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't dim your light because it blinds their eyes. Keep building. Let your work speak louder than their gossip. That's dangerous intelligence, expecting resistance as the price of growth, knowing that success tests your circle as much as your skill. When whispers rise, see them clearly, not as judgment of you, but reflection of them. Lesson 5. Everyone is selling you something. Once you see it, you'll never see people the same way again. Every interaction is an influence attempt. Every smile, every story, every gesture is a soft negotiation. I met an old acquaintance for coffee. It felt warm and genuine. Then halfway through, she revealed her new business opportunity. The charm was a sales pitch. The friendship was packaging. My wallet was the target. She wasn't cruel. She believed she was helping. But influence wears many masks: kindness, urgency, guilt. Marcus Aurelius lived surrounded by generals and politicians, each with their own agenda. He learned to hear the motive beneath the words. That's your shield. Don't assume evil, assume interest. Ask, what do they want? Then choose consciously. Your co-worker's compliment might be sincere, or it might be groundwork for a favor. Your neighbor's kindness might come with an expectation. It's not paranoia, it's awareness. That's dangerous intelligence, seeing beneath the surface, choosing on your terms, not theirs. When you recognize the pitch behind every interaction, you stop being sold and start living awake. Lesson 6. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort feels safe, earned, pleasant, but it dulls the blade long before you notice. I knew an engineer with high pay and easy work. For years he thrived, until one day he didn't. His skills dulled, his drive faded, and when the layoff came, his comfort collapsed. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius could have drowned in luxury, but chose hardship to stay sharp. Seneca slept on the floor and ate simply, to remind himself that comfort is a trap. If you only accept ease, life will break you the first time it's hard. So choose difficulty. Speak up when silence is safer. Learn what scares you. Train when the couch calls. Every act of discomfort strengthens you. Comfort kills more dreams than failure ever could. Failure teaches. Comfort decays. Dangerous intelligence is seeing the trap early and asking, where am I choosing safety over growth? What am I avoiding because it's hard? Then walk straight toward it. While most sleep in comfort, you stay awake, alive and rising. This one saves years of wasted trust. People reveal themselves in small details, how they treat waiters, how they keep promises, what jokes they make when no one is listening. I had a business partner who exaggerated constantly. Then came small padded expenses. I ignored them. He's just careless, I told myself. Years later, I found he'd been cutting me out of deals. The truth was always there. I just refused to see it. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. The Stoics lived by patterns, not words. Marcus Aurelius judged consistency, not apologies. Seneca warned, hoping someone will change their nature is a fool's hope. So trust patterns, not promises, actions, not explanations. If they gossip, they'll gossip about you. If they break small oaths, they'll break big ones. If they show disrespect when it costs nothing, they'll betray when it matters most. Dangerous intelligence is refusing to rewrite their story to protect your feelings. See the pattern, believe it, adjust your boundaries, and move on. Lesson 8. You're going to die, and most of your worries mean nothing. This is the final truth. Brutal but freeing. Death isn't a possibility. It's the only certainty, and remembering it makes everything else smaller. I watched this unfold in a man I admired. Before his diagnosis, he obsessed over gossip and appearances. Afterward, he dropped the nonsense. He focused only on joy, love, and meaning. Ironically, he became freer and happier, even as time ran short. The Stoics called it Memento Mori. Remember death, not to fear it, but to live better. Epictetus said, "Don't fear death, fear never living." Seneca warned, "Wasting time is the one debt that can't be repaid." Ask yourself, if I had 1 year left, would this still matter? Would I argue online, seek approval, or would I finally speak, build, love, and live now? Dangerous intelligence is cutting away the trivial, investing only in what truly matters. While others drown in noise, you walk awake and unburdened. You will die, but that truth sets you free. When nothing is guaranteed, everything important becomes urgent, and that urgency is the beginning of a life fully lived. 8 ruthless lessons, each one a blade that cuts through illusion. If you've made it this far, you already see clearer than most. The question now is, will you live it? Will you choose truth over comfort, discipline over distraction, growth over illusion? If any of this spoke to you, if it hit home even just a little, click that like button. Share it with someone who you believe will benefit from this. Because when you share something that moves you, you're not just helping them, you're reminding yourself of what matters. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your reflections, your take on this. Leave a comment. I respond to every single one. Thank you for your time, your trust, and for choosing to grow with me. You're investing in yourself, and that's something most people forget to do. Together, let's make the future count. Until we meet again, stay grounded, stay strong, and stay true.